Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy, The Worthy One, and I'm back with another episode for you, straight off the press, fresh off of Trapping Tuesdays with the boy, the Wall Street Trapper, everybody. He went in with this episode, man, and if you don't know who Wall Street is, he's a financial literacy expert in the space of, speaking to the urban community. And in this episode, man, that he dropped last night, did Trap not go in? Like he went crazy, and I just had to give this to the people because us right here on the Worthy Network, this is what we live for. We live for that positive inspiration, that motivation that gets us percolated and ready to move, and Trap did not disappoint. As I just said, he addressed a few things that have been going on in the financial space between some other people in the space. But real men stand on principles and morality, and sometimes you gotta walk above or walk in front of the crowd, because if you go with the crowd, sometimes that crowd could be going off a cliff. And in this one, he separated the gangsters from the gentlemen, and he's definitely a gentleman. And I'm here listening, and I was like, man, I gotta get this to the people. So let's get into Trap. Let's get into what Trap's talking about, and we're going to elaborate more after that. But this is a powerful message. So with no further ado, let me get this music down, and we're going into it.
During the week, even people like my dog Markel that hit me and said, say, bruh, the level of growth, maturity, bro, I need that. And I don't want y'all to know something, bro. Like, man, listen to me. I fought with my spirit all week. Because I had to think about, so I thought about something, and I said, when I was 16, I went to prison for shooting a man, not because I was defending myself, I was defending my ego. I was defending my ego. And the thing I'm learning about life is the devil don't got no new tricks. The devil don't got no new tricks. And so what we gotta do is we gotta know what we represent. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I really went home Tuesday night and said, God, I need you to forgive me. And the reason why I said, God, I need you to forgive me is because why did I need to respond at all? Who am I trying to justify something for? Who am I trying to prove a thing for? Because if I'm not trying to just prove something to God, I never have to prove nothing to man. I never have to prove nothing to man. And so, for all the, and I'm talking about some hitters hit me up and was like, dog, hey, you gotta teach me how to do that. And I'm gonna tell you that, man, one of the hardest things that we will ever fight in this world, as men for sure, is the ego. We're gonna always fight the ego. You're gonna always feel that, you gotta represent yourself a certain way. You gotta speak up about a certain thing, and you gotta, do a certain thing, and and at the end of the day, what you don't realize is you immediately become part of the circus. You immediately prove everybody right. And so, even though I felt like I responded with class and I still went home that night and said, God, forgive me, because I don't want to be Moses, where I strike the thing that I was supposed to speak to. And what happened with Moses was, Moses actually was in the desert for 40 years, in the wilderness for 40 years. The whole while, everybody talks about how the Israelites had to get their heart right. But those 40 years, Moses was still trying to get the residue out of his heart of his past. For those 40 years that Moses walked in the wilderness, he still had to get the residue of the fact that he was a murderer out of his system. He still had to get the residue of he had anger problems out of his system. And the thing about it is, you can worship God, you can pray to God, but if you don't let God take that out of your heart, if you try to take it out of your heart yourself, you will never be successful.
Hey, Alicia Little here, and I'm excited to announce that the 3rd annual AI and Marketing Summit is here.
And so what happened was when Moses came down and saw what the people was doing, and then when Moses, God said, just speak to it, and I'm gonna everybody gonna drink from it. I just need you to speak to it. The thing about anger is, once it get on you, it overwhelms you. Now, I know this wasn't a prison situation, but I know a lot of people in prison who I was in prison with who can tell you, I was having an out-of-body experience when I did such and such and such and such. I wasn't myself when I did this, that. I was angry. I wasn't thinking right. Because what happens is anger, once it overtakes you, you're not yourself. And it can make you do something that you can regret for the rest of your life. It can make you do something that would put in jeopardy everybody who depended on you. So I'm telling you that I know a lot of men doing 50, 60, 70. One of my most profound moments in prison, I tell you no word of lie, I was sleeping next to this guy's name. We used to call him Mississippi. At the time when I met him, he was 22 years old. He had 240 years. 240 years, yo. I was probably about 19. He was probably, somewhere between 19 and 21. And I remember he went to the visiting shed one day. And he came back from the shed and he just had this look in his face, man. And I said, damn, bro, like, what's wrong, Sippy? He said, man, free, bro. Just before Wall Street Trap here. He said, man, free, bro. I've been in jail for 5 years. My baby girl is 4 years old. I would never see her again. I would never see her as a free man. He said, the thing that gets me the most is another man gonna implement his belief in my child. And I never forgot that. It was the number one reason why when I had my child, I gave up the streets. It was the number one reason why when I had my daughter, I said, she don't deserve that from me. That stuck in my head. He said, another man will put his belief system in my child. Man. All because he got into a fight. His anger got the best of him. And he shot 2 dudes, killed both of them. And he said, bro, I really ain't won't do it. He said, bro, I really ain't won't do it. anger. So I ain't telling you to not be a man. I ain't telling you not to stand on what you got to stand on. But I'm just telling you that if you let the anger and the ego get the best of you, fellas, it's gonna trick you out your spot. The people that believe in you, the people that look up to you, the people that depend on you, you leave them lost. And then everybody who was gonna egg you on, guess what they gonna say when you in jail or when you lost your spot? Man, nigga, stupid. I would've never. Man, I would've never did that. Man, you got too much to think to do this. So I'm just telling y'all, fellas, man, every day, fellas, man, I ain't telling you be no chump. I ain't telling you be no, I ain't telling you none of that. I'm just telling you, you don't gotta prove nothing to nobody, bro. And then most times, and it's not me taking a shot at nobody, nothing like that, I'm telling you that most times, some of the stuff, if you let it ride, bro, it's gonna ride out, bro. It ain't even gonna be that important. And at some point, you're gonna be able to see that person face to face and be like, hey, bro, what's poppin'? I'm just saying to you fellas that we fighting too hard, especially if you looking at this channel, especially if you looking at their channel, especially if you looking at Aristotle channel, especially if you looking at Black Robin Hood channel, especially if you looking at any channel that's teaching some type of education, 19 key, anybody. I want you to understand that means you are striving to do something better. So if you do all this work, if you make all them sacrifices, because you sacrificing to invest, you sacrificing to save, you sacrificing to buy some real estate, you sacrificing to build a business, you sacrificing to get your credit right, you sacrificing to be the right father in your household, you sacrificing to give your kids something that you ain't never seen. If you do all them sacrifices and then let your anger make you strike the rock twice and cost you the promised land, it's a horrible feeling. So for my fellas, I just want you to understand, bro, let God get it out your heart. Let God show you the type of man you need to be. And it's not gonna be easy, but we gotta let the will go. Be ye the same mind that was in Christ. And if you know Christ, bro, he wasn't no pushover. But he picked his spots and he picked them well. I'm just telling you, pick your spots well, King. Execute with precision, King. And you never gotta prove nothing to the world. You only gotta show God. I promise, if you take nothing else from me tonight, just understand that. Because all the tough guys I know, including myself, bro, they ain't trying to be tough no more. We trying to live. We trying to enjoy what we working on. We trying to spend time with our kids. We trying to have fun. And we understand the power in being a lion and a lamb. But I really want to be a lamb way more than I got to be a lion. And I want you to understand that. You may not know it, but the lamb gonna get more respect. So I just want to say that to the black men and white men and Spanish men and brown men, because it's not a color thing, it's a man thing. I just know some of the pain that a black man go through because I'm a black man. So I just want y'all to know that, bro. Like, I wanted to say that to y'all tonight, because I know a lot of people look up to me, a lot of people, admire me. And so I always ask myself, what is my position as a leader? And as men see me get my life right with God, and men looking at me handle situations, I want to be the man that you look at and say, hey, I like how he handled that. Maybe I could do something similar to that. And so with that, I just want to say I appreciate everybody that DM'd me. And this message that I thought was it was 100% for y'all, man. It was from my heart, from brother to brother. You know what I'm saying? No matter what your race was, from brother to brother, I hope that part of the message really, 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 really stuck out to y'all.
Hey, man. How y'all felt about that? Like, really? How did that make you feel? Did it empower you? Did he speak to your heart? Did he speak to your soul? Whatever he spoke to, he spoke truth. That's one thing that you cannot take away from today's topic. It's truth. And you could try to run away from the truth all you want. It's always gonna catch up to you. Always. And so I want you to know that at all times, that you're worthy. Even in moments of absolute confusion, the tunnel is dark. You might not see the way ahead. As long as you believe that the light that's inside of you can shine, then you always gonna make it out that tunnel. Faith. Some sort of, motivation, but you have to put that effort in and realize that some moments call for you to be a lion or a lamb. And in today's episode, Trap chose to be a lamb. And somehow he's still a lion. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Man, that was inspirational. That was powerful, Trap. We appreciate that. That was very powerful. That did something for me. And I hope that it influences my community, my growing community. We appreciate you, King. What you did today was you held it up. You stood on all 10. As I said before, man, clap it up for my boy Trap. You separated the gangsters from the gentlemen, and you did it in such an elegant manner. Huh? You tidied up on him, huh? Fixed the vest up. A little bow tie, straightened that out. Fixed the cufflinks on him. Hey, Trap, you did your big one. And for that, I appreciate you. I appreciate anybody that could take a step down from that ego and really just speak to the people and speak to the masses. It really means something to me. I'm pretty sure that you touched a lot of hearts out there. I hope that you continue to touch a lot of hearts out there. And I look to emulate to be a great orator and speaker like you. And I know that you are well read and that you was well prepared for today's episode. And it showed, man. It really showed. We appreciate you out there, and most importantly, man, I appreciate the support that I'm getting. I appreciate each and every person that watches my videos, likes, and subscribes. I've been getting steady subscribers each day. I appreciate it from the heart. I always try to lead with love. I always try to, give a message of love, because that's what it's all about, and that's how I operate. That's where I operate from a place of good intentions. So I wanted to put something positive out here for you, something worthy, something tangible that you can feel. And today's message was just that. Continue to leave your thoughts and opinions. You can follow me at theworthy_1 on Instagram. And just keep, just keep it going. I appreciate you. I appreciate the time that you take out to watch my videos. It means a lot to me. And we're going to keep coming with things like this. So with that being said, I'm not gonna hold it back, man. You already know it's your boy, the Worthy One, never the two, and we out.